Hello everybody, I'm Crazy KO and welcome back to the Testament of Sherlock Holmes. Now, last episode we finished the Roman bath case, it made no sense at the end, and now we're starting the Abbey something conscience start.
Afoot, not a word. Into your clothes and come.
Another thrilling cinematic.
I'll wait for you in the sitting room. I've just received a note from Inspector Lestrade. A letter from the suburbs. He is in need of my presence. Whenever he has asked for my assistance, it has always turned out to be entirely justified. I fancy that every one of his cases has found its way into your collection.
Yes, they all seem worthy of...
However, I regret your fatal habit of looking at everything from the point of view of a story instead of a scientific exercise.
Oh, Holmes, you...
I beg your pardon, I digress. It would be much better to examine this letter than to try to convince you.
Oh, there she is again. Does she just stare at our apartment? Is that all she has to do with her life, is just stare at us?
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
Yeah, I'm busy. Where's Toby? Oh, he is. Okay. I have to say hi to Toby first.
I agree with you, Toby, that Watson...
The letter is on the table, Holmes.
You interrupted my chat with Toby!
I agree with you, Toby, that Watson's shoe is preferable to Mrs. Hudson's cold cuts.
Don't ever do that again, Watson.
The letter is on the table.
I
Holmes.
know you keep saying that. Where? Which table? I have many tables. It's a desk, not a table. 221B Baker Street, London, Sherlock Holmes.
I can tell from Lestrade's handwriting that he was in a hurry when he wrote this letter. A wax seal with the monogram E.B.
E.B. So are we opening this? No?
The Brackenstall family coat of arms.
So, E. Brackenstall. Abbey Grange, Marsham, Kent, 3:30 a.m. I'm glad you included the time, Lestrade. That's helpful. My dear Mr. Holmes, I should be very glad of your immediate assistance in what promises to be a most remarkable case. It's something quite in your line. Except for releasing the lady, I will see that everything is kept exactly as I found it, but I beg you not to lose an instant, as it is difficult to leave Sir Eustace there. Your faithfully, Inspector Lestrade. So it's Eustace. Is the E.
So, what is it, Holmes?
Promising, as always. It appears to be a case of murder.
So you believe that Sir Eustace is dead?
I didn't notice we
I
had a
should
bear
say
rug.
so.
That's cool.
Lestrade wouldn't have sent for me for less. His writing shows considerable agitation, and he is not an emotional man.
Mm.
These people belong to high society. The quality of the writing paper, the E.B. monogram, their coat of arms. The crime was committed before midnight.
Holmes, how can you possibly tell?
Well, it is all thanks to Lestrade. He wrote his letter at 3:30 in the morning. Imagine the chain of events before that. The local police had to be called in. Scotland Yard was notified. Lestrade himself had to make haste there, and finally compose the letter he sent to me. All of that makes for a fair night's work.
It makes sense. Lestrade also speaks of the woman he released.
That seems to indicate that she had been held somewhere during the crime. Much time has been wasted. Let us find a cab and go to Abbey Grange immediately. I live in hope of an interesting morning.
Let's go! Bye, Toby! Don't get into trouble. Feel free to eat all of Watson's belongings. He's an alien. Look at there, he is reading that same sentence over and over again. That's gonna be the real mystery of this one. Watson's an alien. Wow, this is a fancy place.
Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson, here you are. I'm very glad that you have come, but perhaps I should not have troubled you after all.
And why is that?
Lady Brackenstall has come to her senses, and she has given so clear an account of the affair that there is not much left for us to do. You remember that Lewisham gang of burglars?
No.
What, the three Randalls?
Should I?
Exactly. The father and two sons. It's their work. They stole a silver service, which is of great value.
Sir Eustace Brackenstall is dead, then?
Yes. His head was knocked in with his own poker.
A violent act of aggression.
Yes, the poor lady. She has had a most dreadful experience. She was assaulted and tied to a chair. But I think that you would best see her and hear her account of the facts. She's in the morning room with her maid, Teresa Wright.
Where is the body of the deceased?
In the dining room. We haven't touched anything.
All right, I'm going to examine it.
Very good, Watson.
Cool. You're just gonna sit there. Do
Lady
anything else? No?
Brackenstall
Okay.
awaits you in the morning room.
Look at this fancy schmancy place. I don't think flowers are quite that shiny, but you know, they tried.
Lord Ramsay Brackenstall.
Serious man. No, I want the picture.
Lord Brigham Brackenstall.
There we go.
Sir Warthen Brackenstall.
Interesting. Hey, look, it looks like one of my disguises. However, did it end up here?
Lord George Brackenstall.
Sorry, I'm just gonna look at all of these paintings.
Baron Lyndon Brackenstall.
Baron.
The Brackenstall family seems rather austere.
Is this morning room or is that
Lady Brackenstall awaits you in the morning room.
Well, if I don't know what room that is, Lestrade, it's not like I've been here before. Hello.
Ladies, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting Inspector Lestrade in this investigation.
Mr. Holmes, I am the wife of Sir Eustace Brackenstall. We were married only a year ago.
I am sorry for your loss. Please accept my deepest
Suspicious.
condolences.
I suppose that it is no use my attempting to conceal that our marriage has not been a happy one. I fear that all would tell you that, even if I were to attempt to deny it.
Can you describe to me the events of yesterday
Oh, I
evening?
should have profiled her
Is
first.
it really necessary?
I'm probably
I
gonna
have
have a
already
question.
told Inspector Lestrade all that happened.
Yes, madam, it is.
I will tell you then. Sir Eustace retired about 10:30. I sat in this room until after 11, absorbed in a book. Before I went upstairs, I entered the dining room to fetch a candle and, oh God,
Please, go on.
as I approached the French window, I found myself face to face with an elderly, broad-shouldered man who had just stepped into the room. Close behind the first man, I saw two others. One of them struck me a savage blow with his fist and felled me unconscious to the ground.
And then?
When I came to myself, I found that they had secured me tightly to a dining room chair. It was at that instant my unfortunate husband entered the room.
He fought with the intruders?
Yes, I think he had hurt them, for he was holding his stick. But they were three, and he eventually succumbed. One of them, the elder one, struck him a terrible blow with the poker. I fainted once more. When I opened my eyes, they had withdrawn. Then my brave Teresa came to my assistance.
Interesting. Alright, we're gonna profile her quick. She has eyes. And a nose. Pale cheeks. Roach. Kangaroo and oh, okay, that's the same thing. She has buttons! Lots of buttons. Buttons are important. Wedding ring. Alright.
Did these three villains steal anything?
Yes, I found that they had taken the silver from the sideboard, but you can see for yourself in the dining room.
You mentioned that your marriage was not a happy one. Was there anything specific that was troubling you?
He was not a nice man when he was drunk, and he suffered from dark moods, but nothing else.
The bruises on your hands are at least 1 week old.
Yep.
Your husband caused those bruises?
Oh, do you Yes, he did. He was very angry at the time. Out of control. Again. Sir Eustace was a drunkard. To be tied to such a man for life is worse than death.
Your ladyship?
Not nice, not nice. Oh, what lovely paintings of flowers you have. Let's talk to you.
Teresa, I would like to hear your testimony.
Certainly, sir.
Let's profile you. Do you have eyes? Do I care? Yes, I do care. You have wrinkly eyes. Wrinkly eyes, wrinkly eyes. Wrinkly eyes. We don't care about your buttons. Resuscitation. Alright. Resuscitated your mistress, that's good. Coffee stains. Okay, what am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? Working hands, okay. There we go.
As I sat by my bedroom window, I saw 3 men in the moonlight down by the lodge gate. But I thought nothing of it at the time. Oh, if I'd known.
And then?
I went to bed, and it was more than an hour after that I heard my mistress scream. And down I ran, to find her tied to the chair and him on the floor with his head smashed. That's all I know.
I see. Thank you for your talkingness. Steal your picture.
So the lady and her maid
Adelaide.
came from Australia a year and a half ago on this ship.
Yep, I'm stealing your picture. Sorry, you don't get to see that. Ever again.
A trapper's hut.
You care about that one, but not about any of these other ones? Okay, let's use our eagle vision. Picture. Ooh.
These scratches are most definitely made by the picture frame. This is Sir Eustace's safe. There may be something important inside. I must ask Lady Brackenstall to open it.
Sure, we can do that. Times. What was he reading? The Times. Family business booming. The Randall gang is back on the street. Less than a fortnight ago, the infamous family of burglars, the Randalls as they are known, made their reappearance by way of a brutal but successful intrusion into one of the wealthier homes in Sydenham. The police are already on their trail. However, the details of the crime are being kept confidential, including that name of the victim. Sorry. A witness was able to provide a precise description of all 3 men, and this will surely give the police a chance to complete their profile on this family of delinquents. We would take the liberty of reminding our esteemed readers about the highly dangerous band, and to provide the full description as it is available at the moment. The gang has been in business for some considerable time, being a family of 3, father and 2 sons. The elder, Jack Randall, is a man in his 40s, already graying hair, while average height and build. Being the mastermind behind the burglaries, he retains control over his sons, both of whom are close in age, but very different in appearance. The first son, William Randall, is tall and broad-shouldered, with a small, disproportionate head. The younger brother, Melvin Randall, is of a somewhat weaker constitution and is skinny as a rake. The gang is wanted not only for their frequent thefts and break-ins, but for the exceptionally brutal pirate career they enjoyed before returning to England. Be alert and may your valuables stay safe.
The description of the Randall gang provided by Lady Brackenstall is identical to the one in the Times article.
Hey, lady! Can you open the safe?
Lady Brackenstall, could you open this wall safe?
No, it is my husband's safe. I do not know the combination.
We have to open it. your ladyship?
We have to open it.
Let us try to open this safe. This
Yay.
safe can be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial will vibrate when it is set to the correct number.
Yay. Okay. Alright. We got the first number. And... Oop, oop. There we go. Easy crack. Money!
It is common practice to keep one's valuables in a safe behind a painting. It should not really pose a challenge for a criminal.
Seems weird that, yeah, they would take their
Antique
silver
coins,
and not their
possibly of value,
money.
but they're scattered without care.
Money! Medical report. Sir Eustace, your current physical and mental state is of great concern. There are several signs of hepatic decompensation. The last time we met, your eyes were bloodshot and your skin was tinged with yellow. There is a particular odor from your breath that is common in those suffered from liver damage. Makes sense if he was a drunkard. Then there are the lung abscesses that we have discussed. The leg cramps you have described to me are caused by alteration to the nervous system, which in turn is caused by an excess of alcohol. That includes the tremors. Your liver seemed excessively hard at the time of your examination, which is a sign of an evolving psoriasis. There are also signs of ascites, fluid in the peritoneal cavity, which are evident with your swollen stomach. The pain beneath your left rib indicates a pancreatic malady, which may lead to fatal and fulminant pancreatitis. Wow, this dude's messed up. Should really stop drinking. Your condition may pose a risk to others. Oh, yay! Your excessive alcohol consumption lowers your self-control and heightens your aggression. Hence the bruises. I'm available to help you with this problem. There are a number of treatment options. So he knew he had problems. Did he do anything? Nope. Hey, did we get something? Oh, it just says that we completed that. But we did get a knife. Oh, just the silver one. I was like, oh, did they let us keep the gold one? That would be epic. But no, they didn't. It's boring. Cool. Alright. Let's go ask the lady. Lady!
Oh, what a horrible thing to have happened.
Do you know about this then?
Sir Eustace's doctor speaks of his violent behaviour.
Yes, Sir Eustace was an extremely violent man. A detestable human being, to be more precise. It is true that he once threw a decanter at me, and all because I dared to stand up to him in defence of my mistress. Sly devil. God forgive me that I should speak of him so now that he's dead, but a devil he was, if ever one walked the earth. We met him only 18 months ago. She'd only just arrived in London. Yes, it was her first voyage. She'd never been from home before. Wonder with his title and his money and his false London ways. If she made a mistake, she has paid for it, if ever a woman did. She doesn't have any friends here, so it was specially hard for her.
Okie dokie. Lestrade, I'm going to the dining room.
You should examine the body of Sir
Dramatic
Eustace
music.
Brackenstall.
Your floors are really shiny. I should. What about you? I thought you were examining the body.
So, Watson, What have you learned from examining Sir Eustace's
He
body?
doesn't wear socks.
Well, I can confirm that the death was instant. Sir Eustace was facing his attacker when he received the blow to his head. There are no other apparent injuries.
Barefoot. He had therefore been in bed and did not have time to fully dress. The head was cracked with the force of the blow. That must be the murder weapon. Quite a large stick, a formidable weapon. It is covered in blood. Sir Eustace might have struck his head upon it while falling from the blow. That is one possible explanation.
Cool. Oh. What am I doing up here?
It appears that the bell rope was cut by someone taller than me.
Interesting.
A fur trader's cabin.
Okie dokie.
A decanter standing next to the open bottle. An inseparable pair indeed.
Glass. With something red in
This
it.
glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing. There is beeswing at the bottom, as if the wine had not been decanted before being poured. This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing. It is rather
Interesting.
strange that only one of these glasses has dregs of beeswing inside it, while the other two are clear. Chateau Calon Ségur, French wine, Grand Cru. A deer hunt. The hunting scene.
Ooh, broken dishes.
An empty silverware box. It appears that the intruders have stolen the contents.
It seems very weird that they would just steal that.
These wine bottles are expensive and mostly from France.
Like, if you're going through the trouble of robbing
This candlestick
a
is
house,
valuable. It is interesting that it was not
why you would
also
take
stolen.
silverware and not everything else that here is more valuable. I don't care about broken dishes.
No, apparently not.
Okay. Is that it? No, apparently not. But I didn't see anything else. Again, though, leaving your flyers everywhere. I know that that's how we see things in the dark, but what am I missing? What am I missing? That looks like a top of a decanter. What am I missing? Tell me. Oh, that would be where it came from. Probably. What am I missing? Go Holmes. What am I missing? Oh,
A bottle of wine is missing here.
probably.
The criminals did not thoroughly
table.
ransack the house. They only took a little silverware.
Yeah, see? Makes no sense. Ah, okay.
Sailor's knots. That's interesting. This rope was handled by the murderers. We need a scent hound to follow their trail. I will take it with me.
Toby.
This is the chair that Lady
Toby.
Brackenstall was tied to.
So that was the bell rope. Fancy clock. I like it.
Antique hunting weapons.
So yeah, I feel like if you're gonna break in, you
A hunting seed.
taking more
At least
valuable
one
stuff.
picture?
Yeah, at least one picture. I mean, even if you did get spooked and killed someone and tied someone up, like, it still would have been a while before the police got there. Like, grab some jugs, grab some candlesticks. They're all easy things that you can just take and go. Makes no sense. Lestrade.
What do you know about Sir Eustace, Inspector? What was his reputation?
A charming man when sober, but an absolute demon when he was drunk. In such moments he was apparently capable of anything. Why, once he splashed fuel on Lady Brackenstall's dog and set it alight. Another day he threw a decanter of wine at Miss Wright's head.
The alcohol seemed to madden him.
To the point that we were forced to intervene several times to avoid a scandal.
You guys didn't do anything about it? Useless police. Alright, let's go talk to the lady. Lady. Hey, lady.
There are 3 glasses on the dining room table. I was wondering if...
Oh, I forgot. When I came to myself the first time, each of them had a glass in his hand. They might have been a father and his 2 sons. They talked together in whispers, and then they left.
Your ladyship?
Okay, do I need to talk to you again?
Please leave my Mary alone. She suffered so much, she deserves some rest.
Okay. Well, let's... Oh, I was gonna say Lestrade is gone. But he's over there. He's looking out a window. Having fun? Okay. We are gonna go... Oh, it's so pretty out here. Hello?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Oh, yeah, like look at the neighbors.
It's really cute.
It reminds me a bit of, the neighborhood when we went to America in...
Yeah.
Awakened?
Yeah.
That's Awakened, yeah. Where, and then we went to that fancy house. It reminds me a bit of that
I
subdivision.
thought the same thing.
But more British. Oh, that's such a cool looking house. I like it. The detail we get. Like, I'm very amazed with the level of detail that they put into this game. It's really good. Is there anything out here I need to look at? Just statues, flowers. Apparently I don't care about that. Alright, well we gotta go back to Baker Street, we gotta get Toby, we gotta get... I don't have a shed. Okay, I don't care about your shed. I'm trying to leave, I know I could just use my map. I wanted to use the gate. It's an excuse to go outside. We gotta get Toby and do some science.
Yeah, it's just the most.
Does our brain have any goo? Oh, our brain has so much goo. Okay. Criminals identified. Randall's are below. Robbery was faked and the whole story invented in order to blame Eustace's death on the Randalls. Testimonies and evidence match point to the Randall gang. I'm thinking it's this, just because not a ton of stuff was stolen, and it sounds like when they go places to steal things, they steal things. And I feel like even if they did kill someone, they still would have taken stuff. Or then they also might have killed her as well. It's convenient. Stop spinning. Can you just...
Put your mouse in the middle.
Stay! Stay! Okay. Dead body, bed poker, fireplace grate. Blood on the side of the fireplace grate. Gas viewings. From Australia. No personal life. Someone arranged social life meaning close friends. That could go with that. Married to Eustace shortly after arriving in England, remained at the home during time, there's little possibility that she or her maid are acquainted with anyone in the country. Acquainted with someone from the Rock of Gibraltar?
The picture you found. Yeah, the picture of her and her maid on the boat that said Rock of Gibraltar.
Oh. I mean, maybe, but that's a bit of a stretch. Now we'll do this. We'll see where that leads us. Okay, Inspector's Tale. Used to severe drinking problem once he set Lady Brackensall's dog on fire, which is very unfortunate. Okay. And violent behavior. Is this most violent towards his wife? Yes. I feel like that's very clear. Bed poker. Bed poker stained with blood. With a fractured skull. That, I would think, would be more likely with that, because it could have been due to his accidentally striking his head on the fireplace grate. Could have been, because cracked skull seems more likely. Because if it was a poker, pokers have, like, pokies. Yeah. Pokies. You know, that's why they're called pokers. Alright, 2 glasses. Don't think it's tied with a sailor's knot. That could be the sailor thing, or just someone knows how to tie sailor knots. Alright, well, we'll leave it at that for now. I'm sure we're back in Baker Street by now. Yes, we are. Hi, Frodo. Yeah. What? Oh, you're back there. Okay. Thought you were asking to come and say hello. Toby! We'll talk to you. Just take, Toby. We'll do our science first, and then we'll take Toby.
Let us see how the rope was cut.
Sounds good. Examine.
The fibers at the end of the rope are smoothly cut.
Okay.
Let us try to find out what tool was used to cut the rope. The fibers from this cut appear to be different.
Yeah, they go out if you use scissors. Okay, we have a knife. Let's try cutting the knife.
If I cut the rope with a knife, it matches the original.
Sounds good. Okay, that was really easy.
My
science.
analysis table. It is useful for my...
Anything else? Sorry, I wanted to cut you off. We had something else we needed to do. No, that was just to ask her about. Okay, well that was easy science, I suppose. Does that go in my brain goo? Sharp knife. Typical of sailors. Rope was cut once with sharp knife and tied quickly in sailor's knot. This could indicate the trigger had a sailor's background. So if I do that, and then if I switch this to this, then... Okay, it's conflicting with that. I was hoping it would, like, connect. That still seems very far-fetched. I know, I'll fix it later. Toby! I was hoping there'd be another Toby section. Hopefully I get to play as Toby. That was
Come on,
excellent.
Toby. We need the best nose in the British Empire on this case.
Yeah, Toby.
I agree with you, Toby, that Watson's shoe is...
Come on, Toby, let's go. Are you gonna follow me? You coming, Toby? No. Oh, okay. He's your shoe. Hopefully he just magically teleports here. Oh, he's in the carriage! Toby! Yeah, I want a game that's just Toby. Just Toby POV. The whole game. Toby. Adventures of Toby. Just remake every single game, but with Toby as the best. Yeah, just Toby. Toby. The Awakening.
Search, Toby.
It's like they're just having a stare off. Toby's like, what? I am Toby. Oh, do I have the fun? Yes, I do have the fun little run. Oh, I don't get to see his little tail wagging, though. That's saddening. Oh, oh, there's his tail. I just have to be in the right camera angle. Oh, but it takes me out of it. That's saddening. Wish you could zoom out and see his lovely little tail. Alright, let's go. Toby! Let me outside! Oh, you are magical, sir. Or I'm magical. Magical. Are you? No? Okay. Just do this all on my own then. I feel like this is easier than the last Toby section. We actually had to look for scents. Whereas this one just followed the creepy green smoke. Okay.
The intruders entered the shed for some reason when they were making off with the silverware.
Yes, that's what Toby just told you in dog speak. Shit. Alright, then they seem to have gone this way. But yeah, could you imagine a whole Sherlock Holmes game just from Toby's perspective? Great.
The scent leads to the well. I should check it.
Yep. He's just so cute. Toby. Toby. His little flapping ears.
Alright, this is the last of his hope.
No!
You wanna wander? Wander now.
Okay, we're going on an adventure. Toby doesn't jump. I wish Toby jumped. Alright, well let's just take a look at the rest of the yard. So we saw the shed. He is a little slow. It's Toby's only downfall. But I mean, he is a basset hound. They have tiny little legs. It's not his fault. I like how they also changed the color scheme of the game when you play as Toby, because dogs do have different color vision than people. Yes. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's kind of a fun little touch. Okay, there's just a gate on this side too. This is quite a nice yard. Toby approves. Toby says, Holmes, you should get us a yard like this. What are you doing? I'm having fun. I enjoy my Toby time. I want more Toby time. We should continue on with the case. Bye, Toby.
The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall.
We could go to
The
the other
criminals
side.
left the house through the French window. They walked to the shed, then across to the well, before fleeing by climbing over the wall. I wonder
Bet
why
they
they
totally
chose
army
such a
crawled along the bricks like
winding
that. Okay. Well, what'd you do with Toby? Oh, he's just hanging out. Hi, Toby! Hello.
Brave Toby, the best nose in the British Empire.
He really is. Alright, you hang out here, Toby. It's a lovely yard. I'm sure you can find things to do. While we investigate.
This hook might be useful. Small gardening tools, nothing of great interest. Bags of seed. Some empty bags were recently moved.
Watering can.
This old suitcase sounds hollow. It must be empty.
Interesting. Okay. To the well.
There's something glittering at the bottom there.
Ah,
But how
the
can I
silverware.
reach it?
See, so that makes me also think, because then she wouldn't actually be missing her silverware. It would just be in the wall, and then they could retrieve it later and be no worse for wear.
Silverware.
That's a
This is
very
hardly
big
a
fork.
coincidence.
Hello?
The Brackenstall coat of arms. It appears that we have found the stolen silverware. The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall.
Toby.
Brave Toby. The best nose in the British Empire.
Should really get him some dog treats. Okay.
Stop.
What? You moved again.
Inspector, I have recovered the stolen silverware.
You are a wizard, Mr. Holmes.
Wizard, you're
And
a
where is it?
wizard, Harry.
In the garden well.
Excuse me?
Unique, isn't it?
Rather absurd. What is the point of stealing silverware and then throwing it down into a well?
Perhaps it was used as a temporary hiding place, or simply the thieves wanted to get rid of it. It is up to us to solve this mystery.
I like how he fourth wall breaks there.
Yeah. Nice one, Holmes. Okay, well, let's go ask the lady about it. Lady!
We found your silverware, Lady Brackenstall. It had not been taken very far.
Is that true? I am very thankful to you, Mr. Holmes.
Your ladyship? We found your mistress's silverware.
Oh, that's good news. You really are as clever as they say.
Indeed.
Ah. So, I think I have my clues. Investigate the murder. 'Cause, yeah, I just have the silverware. So yeah, let's do some this stuff. So we found the silverware in the well. Maybe once we connect those. His death could have been due to his actions. Sorry, so the firefighter's death could have been due. So then this would be, if we went with the sailor, it would be the poker. I assume. Oh, nothing's connecting so far. Silverware found. This is the beast. But there's 3 glasses.
There's 2 glasses in the
Oh, okay. 3 people drinking wine out of these glasses. One of the 3 performs wine with beeswing. 2 people drinking wine out of these glasses. One glass was beeswing, consisting solely of the dregs from the other 2 glasses. That would be weird. But then, if you're saying it could be a sailor, though, then it would be a third
Who would the
person.
third person be?
A
It would be her and
sailor.
him.
And the maid. She'd
He
have
doesn't
to
drink
be
wine. She's a maid.
in on it. Oh. Okay. That seems weird, but sure. those connect. It was confirmed as the motive for the crime. Criminals may have planned to return for the silverware that they've done. Probably could have been an invitation to explain Eustace's death. The silverware was not supposed to be found. Probably. Okay, whoa! Whoa! Hello. So then this would be this one. Eustace was murdered by the one person who was visiting last night. It was he who tied up Lady Mary. Saul. He is tall and strong. Okay. 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 The person who was visiting that night was probably a sailor? Okay. Okay, I see. Okay, because I was confused because then I thought it would have been like her. Yeah, okay. So she doesn't drink. Okay, okay. Brain is thinking, potentially. Okay, we'll go with this line of thought for now. See if we can find ourselves a sailor. Let's go find a sailor. Where would we find a sailor? Lestrade. Where does...
Holmes, don't look at me like that. I don't know what to think about all this.
Oh. I was gonna ask you where a sailor would live. Do I need a disguise again? Do that? Or do I need to talk to... No, because I just talked to them, so they shouldn't have it.
Oh, what a horrible thing to have happened.
To Baker Street! I do. You should always ride with this thing. Should just take you everywhere. It's a constant topics. Okay, Watson, do you know?
What should we do next,
No, you're
Holmes?
as useless as ever. Alright, no, that's your room. Oh. You want to talk to me. Okay, 1893, we can do that. East Africa Company. Aha! Rock of Gibraltar's arrival. Arrival of the Rock of Gibraltar. A ship returned. The Rock of Gibraltar, a bulk carrier from the Adelaide, Southampton, London line, Cunard Building, James Street, London, has returned from a 6-month voyage through India, New Zealand, and Australia. The ship brought to England Miss Mary Fraser, the heiress of the Fraser family, owning land and tin mines in Australia. This reportedly beautiful young lady is presently engaged to Sir Eustace Brackenstall, one of the wealthiest gentlemen in Kent.
Here it is.
Aha! Interesting. So she has quite a bit of money then. Quite a bit of money.
The shipping company, the Adelaide, Southampton, London line, and its address. Interesting. It must be the place where they keep the records, including the one for the crew of the Rock of Gibraltar.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard, they'll give it to you without any problems.
But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
Oh, so I don't get to use a disguise? What's up, so? Oh no, I do get to use a disguise, don't I? That's what that icon means. Disguise! Disguise! Okay, let's see. Casual suit, black suit, suit, green suit, gray suit, light suit, bandit outfit, armor outfit, morning gown, sailor outfit. I was gonna say, that did not look like a sailor outfit. But it says it's locked. Casual suit. But I need my sailor outfit. Oh no, it's fine. Yeah. Let's see, we should look slightly scruffy. That makes us look weird. It says these are locked as well. There's an unlocked one. Oh, that won't help us. So I guess we get to be slightly poofy-haired. Holmes with poofy hair. Glasses? No, glasses are locked. Facial hair! Can we have any facial hair? No. Okay. Some makeup options in the costume have not available at the moment. Oh, so I can't sailor outfit. Then what am I doing with my life? Oh, do I have to? Okay. Wiggins. Wiggins is the icon, not disguise. Wiggins! Real boy Wiggins.
Wiggins, would you come upstairs, please?
What are you doing, Wiggins?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
I need a register, my young friend. If you could borrow it, there will be half a guinea for every one of you. I need the crew list of the Rock of Gibraltar in 1893, and their current employment.
I'm straight on it, Mr. Holmes.
Do you really think they'll find it, Holmes?
Yep.
My secret police is better than the Yard in many ways.
3 hours later.
Here it is, Mr. Holmes. But we can't take it back. It's too risky.
Put it on the table. I'll take care of it. Good work, young Wiggins.
There we go. Alright. Oh, did I pay you? Is that why you're here? No? Okay. I don't know. Just hang out.
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage. Lady Brackenstall does not know anyone in England. This must mean that someone on this list is our mysterious visitor. And these are the lists of the senior officers of the Adelaide, Southampton, London Line ships. Let us find out who was in London upon November the 7th.
Okay, so... on the Gaia... So we have Chill, Crocker, Southward, Woods, Walker, Whittington, and Partridge. Okay. So this one arrived on the 12th, so it can't be this one. Because our murder was on the 7th of November. Oh no, that's in Australia. Never mind. No, that was London. Yeah, so it can't be that one. Okay, next one. Departure from London on October, so it can't be that one because he'd be in the middle of the ocean. To grow some wings. Departure on November 10th, so that one could work. In which case we have Crocker.
Mr. Jack Crocker was in London upon the date of the crime, and he is due to depart in 2 days.
Okay. Extra second. Marcus. No. No. Okay. When's this one going? Departure from Adelaide. Okay, so he's still in the ocean. So it has to be...
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage.
Oh, I have to find them
Lady
all?
Brackenstall does not know anyone in England. This must mean that someone on this list is our mysterious visitor.
Yes, Holmes. Okay, so...
This officer is still at
in the
sea,
ocean.
therefore he cannot be involved.
The other ones from the list on here? I don't think so. Okay, took a southward.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved. This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
There we go. Okay. chill.
This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime.
And
This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime.
there you go. So that leaves only one, Mr. Jack Crocker.
This list shows that I do.
No, wait a second. So what do I
You still haven't found Walker.
Oh, oops. Walker. Rookies. Davidson, Chalmers, Marcus Stewart. Cooper. Ashford, Sanders, Linder, Walker. There you are.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot
Just
be
don't
involved.
need him. He doesn't exist.
Captain Jack Crocker is our mysterious visitor. He was the only one around at the time of the murder.
So I think that's a little far-fetched, but sure. Okie dokie.
You could have solved it to say that it was just her and the maid and he died accidentally.
True. We'll go talk to Crocker and see what he says.
This Crocker, do you think...
It would be interesting to meet him. Our young friend should be able to find him.
Wiggins!
Wiggins, could you find a way to bring this Captain Crocker here to us?
Here? Holmes, that could be dangerous.
No problem, Mr. Holmes.
Some time later.
Mr. Holmes, I was informed that you were looking for me, and I'd like to know why.
Yes,
his
it is
accent.
important that we talk. You will soon understand why. You are acquainted with Lady Mary Brackenstall, are you not?
Yes, I think I do remember her, from when I was first officer, but I still don't see...
It seems your relationship went beyond that of mere passenger and first officer.
How dare you?
Indeed, how reckless a feeling is love, particularly if one is prepared to commit a murder in its name.
Explain yourself this instant.
You are aware that the murder made the headlines
should
of the
profile
morning
him
press.
first.
You read the newspaper report, but to your
I always forget to
dismay,
do that.
found it much fabricated. Once you learned that I wanted to see you, you came straight away. You needed to know what I had found.
You... and what do you know?
That evening, you were with Lady Brackenstall, despite the danger.
I'm not afraid, Mr. Holmes. Besides, all of this is just guesswork.
You would be right if there was no evidence.
What then?
Okay, let's take a look at you. He has eyes. Okay, he's an honest person. I get that from his pocket. Savory hands? No, we don't care about his hands. Oh, we care about this hand. Newspaper ink. Boots. Dirt. Knife.
Lady Brackenstall was tied to a chair on the night of the murder. And it was you who tied her up.
You call that evidence?
Fake proof.
Yes, as she was tied with a sailor's knot. Your handiwork.
So, it's a sailor who's done it. That proves nothing, Mr. Holmes. I'm not the only sailor in London right now. Your theory is flawed anyway. On the night of the murder, I was aboard the Sharp. I was supervising the repair of a porthole.
At night.
It was an emergency. There was a leak. You can ask the ship's carpenter. He can confirm.
I'm sure that he can.
Perfect. In that case, we have nothing more to talk about. Good evening, gentlemen.
Holmes, what should we do now? Would you like to check his alibi?
No. There is no doubt that these men will testify in his favor, and there will be no way to check.
So, what then?
So, we must work with what we have. We have all the puzzle pieces.
Now I understand why you dissected the bell rope.
So I have all the clues now? Apparently. Walker's statement. That was Lady Bright's all about him. He may be lying about his occupation all night. By the sharp on the night of the murder, he was not afraid to confront me. He had a confident demeanor. It's lying, it's well and clear. He agreed as soon as he heard that I was looking for him, assuming his guilt, or it's just he came to see. He was reading a newspaper. I know. Okay, so if we switch this, see, but then that makes no.
It just means that there is a Sandra, not necessarily him, or one she knew.
But then this makes no sense.
And then you have to make it so that there wasn't a visitor.
This one. Now. Oh! Okay, we're down here now. It was an accident caused by a struggle with his wife. Ray committed a crime in self-defense. You decided that there's no point in blaming this woman. Killed Sir Eustace and attempted to cover this crime. They deserve to be treated as criminals. Okay. What's the third one? I guess it would be the Randall game.
Yeah.
But that one makes no sense. Just because the description matched exactly to the newspaper, nothing was really stolen, and I feel like they wouldn't just chuck Silverwell down the well.
Yeah.
So that one makes no sense. The sailor one is pretty far-fetched. Just because I think it is. I mean, yes, there are some stuff that line up with the sailor knot and the sharp knife. But I don't feel like that makes sense. I feel like this would be more sense, because then the poker one doesn't explain the fractured skull as much, because you'd think that then you would have poker wounds, and then there wouldn't be the blood on the grate, because then he would have had to hit the grate when he fell, and then he'd be in the fireplace. Probably. And then he'd be burned. He fell in the fireplace because it was on. So I don't know. I don't want to get this one wrong. I've already gotten two wrong.
You only got one minorly wrong.
One minorly wrong, true. The last one doesn't count.
The last one doesn't count.
The last one doesn't count because the ending is stupid and makes no sense. But someone did leave and go over the wall. Why didn't we get Toby to sniff him? He was right there. Why didn't we get Toby to do anything? Because, yeah, someone climbed the wall, and if she was tied to the chair, then it would mean the maid climbed the wall. Which would make no sense. Because I don't think she was tall enough to actually, like, get over the wall. Oh, my brain. My poor brain. Give me a clue. Small clue. So I don't feel stupid.
I approached it this way. If they let you keep investigating, then it's obviously not the answer that you currently have.
True. I mean, yeah, I guess, because why would then they let you explore and get to the sailory bit?
That's the way I looked at it.
This just makes so much more sense. Okay. Oh. Game is crashing. Game is crashing.
You took too long.
Mayday! Mayday! Gotta restart the game. No, maybe I think Mom's probably trying to call me. Sometimes that throws it off. Is it a vampire? Is it just Watson?
It's Watson as a vampire.
See, he's an alien! Vampire. It'll just be a bit longer episode, but... Oh, well.
Yeah, but it's also not long enough to justify 2 episodes.
Yeah, not quite. Hopefully it's saved. Should have.
Yeah, it should have after your talk with him.
Okay, had to restart my game, but, you know, that's life. Okay, so, we're gonna go with the sailor one, just because it doesn't make sense to have all these blobby blues. Yep, I know, here we go. It's just kind of weird. Okay, so this would go with this one. This would go to this one. This would go. Murder, you will bring him and his accomplice Lady Brackensall to justice. We committed self-defense. Jack Crocker defended a woman against a violent dipsomaniacal man. Mystery is solved, but you decide to keep it secret. There's no need to inform the police. I mean, yes, it was in self-defense, but the still murder. Murder. He's agile. That's how he gets over the wall. Agile. Agile. Let's arrest him. I like it. For arresting people. So, game, how horribly did
Wiggins,
I do?
could you ask Mr. Crocker to come here again, please?
Right away.
What makes you think he would come? Barely an
I'm
hour
curious to
has
see how this
passed.
changes things. I let him go.
Oh, you let him go.
Why did you make me come
He's
here
not gonna
again,
kill
Mr.
another
Rose?
person.
True.
It is over.
True.
I know that it was you who killed Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
Yeah, I'm curious to see
What?
what changes in
I know,
Maybe he'll
because of the
stab
height
me
at
with
which
his
the rope was cut. The knife used was a sea knife. The knots were sailor's knots, and not least the sheer force that was put behind the killing blow. And because you are the only one who knows Lady Mary Brackenstall in London. And because you love her.
It's true.
It is time for you to tell us the whole truth.
I admit that I loved Mary madly from the first day that I met her. But I never did come to visit her, for I believed that she was in a happy household. When I talked to her maid, who told me everything, I was insane with rage. I was due to set sail for 6 months away. I wanted only to see her again. But it turned into a damnable nightmare when he barged in. He dared raise his hand to her. He was not even worthy of licking her boots. Oh, I regret nothing. I admit I killed the monster out of love for her. She will forgive me if she is able.
Lady Brackenstall already forgave you. She said nothing.
Mary.
But that makes her an accomplice as well as her maid. It places her in danger yet again.
Mr. Holmes.
You would not have managed to protect her.
Till I die, do you hear me? Here is a letter that sets everything clear. And it is the one that should be disclosed to the police. I am the only culprit. Mary had nothing to do with it. Now it is time to end this.
Ooh. Oh dear. Oh dear. What are you gonna make me do, game? Ow, 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 ow. Stop, stop, stop. No. No. Stop. W. Stop. Stop. Hold your herrings, Captain. Achievement.
You should have let me die. How can I live if Mary suffers?
That was stressful.
I am sorry, Captain Crocker.
What were you doing,
but
Watson?
there has been quite enough death in this case.
I'm impressed that you actually got that.
So was I. I thought I missed the 1W. Apparently I got it.
Inspector, I give you Sir Eustace's killer. He tried his best to perform his own justice.
Well, I'm not
That would have made
surprised.
such a mess of the apartment.
Yes, it was me.
Again!
I confess.
Poor Mrs. Hudson.
Here is a piece of evidence that can be used in court.
Perfect. A case that went smoothly for once.
Well, sort of. Okay. Clues found 16. Captain's killer. Arrest Captain Crocker. Ah! We got it right! Ta-da-da-da! Cool. Let's accept that. Yes, yes, I know. So, who else did this? 94% of people solved the case the same way, so that means 6% of people did either the Randall gang, which would make no sense, or the self-defense one, and 35% of people made this same choice, so most people let him go. I debated it, but I mean, I guess he's just a sailor, so he'd just be living on a ship. But he's still a murderer. Had to give Lestrade one arrest during the game.
I mean, everyone else. Good.
Yeah, everyone else has either been let go or died, so...
No, Garrow, you put in an asylum.
Oh yeah, true. So yeah, we have to give Lestrade one. Alright, well that has been the Abbey Grange affair. So next episode there will be another case. Yes, another case. Another case, another probably murder, because they seem to like to throw that at me. So we will see you there. So if you like this, leave a like on the video. Let me know if you would have made the same choice. And then had to madly rush through QTEs that you weren't really sort of expecting. Or if you would have let him go. And we will see you next time. Goodbye.